And a very good morning to you.
Oh,
All
and
rise.
Good morning to you.
All rise, please. Yeah, even you, old lady. Rise
I'm
up.
not a lady.
I'm not dead yet. Good morning and welcome to Sunday Morning Mass for June the 28th, 2020. Glad that you're here. We've got a lot to get to this morning. First, in our first segment, we'll be talking about, in our Mantasy draft, we're going to do greatest movie lines of all time.
Boy, it was hard to pick.
I know, there's a lot of them, huh?
Hard to narrow it down.
All right. In our second segment, we're going to be talking about COVID craziness in some of the things that are taking place around the world. Oh, you know what? And then after that, we'll be talking about when I was okay boomer, when I was a kid, and what makes me quirky. I got another one, Ronnie, but I do want to get to.
That's a long list for you, though.
It is. And
that could be a segment. That could be a show. That could be a 1-hour show all on its own. And we would still just barely scratch the surface.
I'm not sure whether to take that as a compliment or not. I don't think I do. So as you can see, we've got a full boat, and we're glad that you're here for the hour that we'll be with you roughly. Let's check on Rick Clemenson is in first this morning.
Nice job, Rick.
Followed up by Johnny B, John Bilyeu, watching from Poland. I'm sure that's got to be like tonight sometime.
Yeah.
Johnny, let us know what time it is there in Poland, okay? We'd like to know. Randy Brazil is joining us. He says, good morning, boys. Good morning to you. Sledneck, morning all. Vicky is online. Melanie Dodson. Whoops, I've got my garage door open, so there's reflection as the car goes by. I didn't think about that.
That's weird.
Good morning, boys. I am here with my favorite house guest, Teresa. If you didn't know, Ronnie, I am a bachelor this weekend.
Well.
And you know me, you know what that means, right?
NASCAR, cigars.
Okay, all right. You're on a pizza in bed with the dog. That's about as exciting as my life gets right there.
It doesn't really get much better than that, though, does it?
No. I did smoke a cigar on the way home from work Friday after 4 or 5 or whatever time it was.
Yeah.
And that was very pleasurable. And speaking of Quirky, there's a show that I watch regularly called Las Vegas. And it stars James Caan, and he's the president of the Mantasy Casino and Hotel Resort. Josh Duhamel plays Danny. Nikki Cox plays Mary. And Vanessa Marcil, who is one hot girl. She plays the casino host, and she takes care of all the whales.
Yeah.
And this weekend on E, and this is not a commercial, this weekend on E, they're doing a weekend called Every Episode Ever Made of Las Vegas. And so I got Teresa hooked on it. She really loves the show too.
So you're doing a little binge watching.
I am.
Yeah.
When the show was originally on, I used to watch it all the time. So there are many that I've already seen. Some I'd like to see again, others not so much.
Roughly how many episodes are there?
250?
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, wow.
I mean, that's just a guess.
Dang.
Let's see. Matt McGrew joins us. Good morning, guys. Good morning to you, Matt.
And Tisha's here also.
Oh,
Tisha
good.
McGrew.
I
Yep.
wonder if they watch on the same computer or if they watch like on their individual phones. I'd like to know that.
Yeah. And also Jason's saying he's going on a road trip, so he's ignoring us.
Well, he's
That's
suspended.
okay. He's suspended this week anyway.
Yeah, he knows that.
Yeah.
Rules are rules. You know, we don't make the rules.
I think maybe we might have.
Maybe
made
we
this
did. Yeah, could be.
Yeah.
Howdy, y'all. I'm going on a road trip.
This is for Matt, by the way.
Yeah. Won't be long now.
You know what? July 25th. Actually, I think they're playing a game on July 24th, but the official opening day is July 25th.
Oh, I can't wait.
I did not think it was going to happen. In fact, I think just last week I said that it didn't look very good. And
well, both sides seem to be awfully greedy.
Yeah, it's about, you know what? It's about money for most of them, not for all of them, but yeah, for a lot of them.
I realized through this pandemic that I really do need baseball in my life. There's nothing that I enjoy more. Well, maybe one thing than watching a baseball game on TV. Then the other thing would be listening to a ball game on the radio. That is a lost art and wasted on so many young people. I don't think they understand that.
I still think to this day, I have probably heard more games on radio than I've seen on TV, because I listened to every game, every Giants game as a kid growing up on radio for I don't know how many years.
Well, that was before we had
10 years.
Like Comcast Sports Channel.
Right.
And where you see a game about every other night, if not every night.
Yep.
And so back in the day when we were kids, if you really wanted to hear or see the Giants baseball game, you had to listen to, what was it, KNBR?
It was KNBR, yeah.
680 out of San Francisco.
Yep.
Yeah.
And God dang. And sometimes my buddy, Doug Marquette, lived around the corner from me. He and I would be in his backyard playing wiffle ball while listening to the Giants games.
Oh, wow. That sounds like fun. Wiffle ball, that's another lost art.
Yeah.
We used to, me and Fred Ray and the two Erickson sisters, we used to play all summer long. We'd play wiffle ball. And one girl was on my team, one girl was on his team. And we would keep track of how many home runs, because we wanted to try and break Hank Aaron's record of 714.
Yes.
And somehow we managed to do that.
Well, you know how big my mom's backyard is.
Oh, it's huge. Yeah, it reminds me of my backyard when I was growing up.
Yes.
Long.
So anything that went on the roof was a home run.
Oh, wow, yeah.
If it went over the roof, that's a grand
slam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we had a great backstop, so we could really whiff that or throw that wiffle ball in there, because there was a fig tree that was like right behind it, so the ball wouldn't go all the way to the fence or anything.
Uh-huh.
So it was the best wiffle ball backyard ever.
Do you remember how you'd get somebody out at first base?
We threw the ball out.
Yeah, you had to hit him with the ball.
Yeah.
Right field is closed. Remember that?
Yeah. Yeah, and we also had sprinklers. We had built-in metal sprinklers, so there was no sliding on my field.
Yeah, we played in the street.
Yeah,
yeah, we roughed it. We played in the street. Johnny B says it's after 5 in Poland, so it must be 5:11. Let's see. Oh, Sledneck says he used to watch Las Vegas too. Vanessa was Brenda in General Hospital, says your wife.
Oh,
yeah.
We were watching Jeopardy last night, and I can't remember what the category was, but it was something that had the answer, or actually the question, was General Hospital, and nobody on the Jeopardy show knew it, and Vicky kept saying it over and over. All three of them buzzed in. None of them got it. Vicky said it 3 times, and she was right. General Hospital.
You know, you got to love it when you get the answer and the 3 contestants don't. For one brief moment in time, you think to yourself, man, I'm smarter than all of them.
Those 4 years in high school weren't wasted after all.
Especially coming home in the afternoon early and getting to see General Hospital, evidently.
Yes, and Dark Shadows. I watched Dark Shadows.
My wife is on the live chat this morning.
What the what?
Yeah, she is on the live chat, and she says she got Melanie hooked on Las Vegas now.
Oh, uh-oh.
I kind of thought about that, whether she'd be watching Las Vegas up there or the two of them would be so busy. They're in Reading, by the way. That's where Melanie lives.
Oh, well, it shouldn't be too hot up there.
No, a forecast for 172 this morning and today.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I think that's the hottest place in California. We did some canine training up there, and we could not do it during the day. We started at midnight, and it was still like 90 degrees at midnight. It was too hot during the day. The dogs can work, but they don't want to work. Nobody does.
No.
So,
that temperature is completely unfair. I always say once it goes over 100, it really doesn't matter what the temperature is. It's just freaking hot. But in Redding, Red Bluff, that area, also Turlock, I think, is one of those towns that gets the really hot temperatures. I worked there one summer in the agricultural field, if you will.
Oh, yeah.
Jason, I'm sorry, Jason on the live chat says, Lou, you're not the boss of me.
I told him Sasha is the boss of you.
Yeah.
He says that I win Mantasy this week. So
July 25th says Matt McGrew on baseball. Let's see what else. Street Scenes 333. That's a brand new name, and we are so happy to see you. Thank you very much for joining us on live chat. If you're watching and you watch regularly, or maybe even the first time, we'd love to have you check in on our live chat, because you can see us, which is not a blessing, but we can't see you. So the only way that we know that you're there is if you say something on the live chat. Okay, it doesn't cost anything. No one's going to sell you anything. Just weigh in and say hi, and we're glad to say hi to you. So good morning. Oh, crap. Good morning to Street Scenes 333. Sasha says, at least you guys know what is up. Yeah, we know what's up.
Oh,
we know who the boss is.
We know what the score is there.
Jason says Lou is lying. To this point, yes.
He flipped a coin, so he could be half right, he could be half wrong. Or
Jim Black says Jason is lying. I think our show is catching on, Ron. I really do. Okay, Otis Magoo is with us. Hello, Street Scenes. He says, hello, Lou. I guess it's a he. I'm not sure. I'm just guessing. We don't know that for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have said our hellos and welcomes and so far and so forth, and we'll continue to ask for your feedback on the live chat as the show goes on. Ronnie, I think it's time for us to do our Mantasy draft this week.
Okay.
And man, this is A, all-encompassing, and B, I don't know whether or not our answers need to be topical. Statistically, they call them analytics in YouTube, and our show is seen by people most between the ages of 50 and 64.
Okay.
So, it might be such that going back to older movies might be okay. But do we take that chance?
See, that was my big dilemma, because I looked at some that go way back.
I know, me too.
There's one that goes back to 1931.
I know which one you're speaking of. I have that on my list as well. And
and it is, and I want to say that talking movies only came out in about 1925-ish or so. So to have a talkie, as they were called, in 1931, that's an early adopter.
For sure.
Right there. Yeah.
Okay, so to our folks in the live chat, and there are about 24 of us, send your suggestions now for the greatest movie lines of all time.
Yeah, put them in the chat. We'd like to see, because you know what? I've got 1, 2, 3. I've got 7 here, but I could definitely, if I saw one in there, I could change mine.
Sure.
Yeah.
Johnny B and Sledneck, no, we need younger viewers. We really do. It's what makes the show too. We want the opinions and impressions from if you're under 40 or 30 or whatever the case may be. Johnny, I think, is right around 30.
There's a good one. Wolverines. You remember that? That's from Red Dawn.
Oh, I didn't see. See, honestly, I'm at a disadvantage, Ronnie. You know that I don't watch a lot of movies. You go to movies like every week with your wife.
Yeah.
At the discount. I think they actually pay seniors like Ronnie money to go watch a movie.
We're seat fillers, kind of like the Academy Awards.
Right. Do you feel lucky, punk? Do you? That's a good one.
Dirty Harry.
Good Morning Vietnam. That's a great line.
Yeah.
Now that's a movie I did see and I enjoyed the hell out of.
That's a great movie.
It really is.
He killed that role. He was that guy.
Good morning to Ken Blythe. Ken says, do you think Scarlett gave a damn if he gave a damn? Otis, it's greatest movie lines of all time. He missed the topic.
Oh yeah. Greatest movie lines.
Matt McGrew says, there's no crying in baseball. Tom Hanks.
League of Their Own.
Mm-hmm. I did see that one. The reason I don't see a lot of movies, if you haven't already figured it out, it's because I have a very short attention span. What? Something shiny? Very short attention span.
The car hit a big one too.
Yeah, say it.
You're going to need a bigger boat.
Yeah.
We're going to need a bigger boat.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's from Jaws.
Yes.
Okay, Ronnie, I haven't figured out how we're going to do who goes first, who goes second in this. So I think we're just going to revert back to rock, paper, scissors, and we're going to do it really fast, okay?
Okay.
All right, so let me get my hand up here. What am I going? Okay, I know what I'm going. Are you ready?
Okay. Yep.
Okay, and 1, 2, 3.
I knew I should have gone rock, but then I knew you knew I was going to go rock.
And I was going to go rock myself. Okay.
Rock on.
All right, so we'll do our snake draft here for Mantasy draft. And I'm going to go ahead with, I'm not going to defer. I'm going to go with the first one. I'm going to let you have two.
Okay.
My first one will be, go ahead, make my day.
On my list, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so let me get my paper out here. All right, so let's see. There it is, number 1. Okay, Ronnie, I'm ready for your first pick in the first round.
You talking to me?
That's from
you
Taxi.
talking to me?
Taxi Driver.
You talking to me?
Okay, got it. And what will be your first pick in the second round?
Hold on, let me write this one down.
Hi, Hooli.
I'm going to go with Houston. We have a problem.
That's on my list. Okay, and so now it comes back to me for 2 picks. I'm going to go with Hasta la Vista, baby.
Yep.
And
that's
now
fine.
I make my final pick, and I want to make sure it's a good one. All right, I got it. Ah, damn. Say hello to my little friend. And now, Ronnie, your final pick?
I'm going with a Dirty Harry Callahan special.
Oh, I know what it is.
You feeling lucky, punk?
Okay.
Well, do ya?
All right, so let me recap for you in our Mantasy draft. Ronnie has you talking to me? You talking to me? You got to be talking to me. I'm the only one in the room. Who you talking to? You talking to me? He has Houston, we have a problem. And do you feel lucky, punk? Well, I sound like Ronald Reagan. Well, do you feel lucky, punk? Do you? I don't remember. All right, and I have Go Ahead, Make My Day. I have Hasta la Vista, baby. And I have Say Hello to My Little Friend. So now is the time to vote. There is a trophy at stake here. Ronnie won last week. And it was a very close battle. Does your dog get paid by the bark?
Vicky went outside, so that means that the other dog is running right now.
Okay, all right. Well, don't let our show interrupt your dog.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, hi, baby.
All right.
Come here. Come on.
Okay, so make your picks. Hooli votes for Lou. Jason and I vote for Ronnie. Now, wait a minute. Now, wait just a freaking minute here, Jason. You're voting for the guy that suspended you. Okay? Not only are your vote doesn't count this week, but Ronnie suspended you.
Let's see. Okay, Sasha goes Ronnie.
Okay.
Let me see. Let me catch up here. Hooli went Lou. Rick went Lou. Tisha went Ronnie. Carrie Toes went Ronnie.
Melanie Dodson
Otis
voted
says
for you.
Slednick says Ronnie. Ken Blythe says Lou. Vicky is back. She says Ronnie.
Mm-hmm.
Melanie says Ronnie. Matt McGrew says love my puppy. I don't know if you saw it, but my puppy was giving me kisses there.
Oh, I didn't see the dog.
Street Scene says Lou.
Thank you.
Let's see. Randy Brazil says Lou. Oh, it's tightening up. Let's see. Teresa says Lou.
Thank you, honey.
Jim Black says Lou. Matt McGrew says Ronnie. It's all tied up. It's 7-7.
Okay, so now as you can see, this is one of those battles that's going to be won probably right down to the last vote. So it is essential, nay, critical, that you get your vote in now. But remember, do not vote twice. I mean,
right. You
look,
don't want it. You want the wrath of the commissioner coming down on you.
No, this is Jason. Jason voted twice. Don't be like Jason.
Don't be a Jason.
No, not today. Not today. Vicky votes Ronnie.
Oh, there we go.
So one vote from wife to husband cancels one another out.
Oh, but Bill Graff says Lou. So
Hey,
now it's all tied up again.
Bill Graff, thank you. Nice to see you in our live chat. We appreciate you. Thank you for watching this morning.
Hooli says my dog says Ronnie's dog.
Do we take canine votes?
I'm gonna add a third category. So that's Brandy.
Okay.
So Brandy has one vote.
Oh, I see what you're doing. That's probably a good idea there.
Yeah.
Please,
Yeah.
but vote for me or for Ronnie. Not for the dog. It's coming down to the wire, people. We need you. Oh, now you're gonna pander to the audience, huh?
Everybody, look at my dog and vote for me.
I can't see your dog. You're gonna have to pull her up on your lap. Try that.
Get up here. Get up here. Come here. She's being a little. She needs some attention. Otis says I changed my vote to Ronnie.
Okay.
I'm sorry. You're on double secret probation. You can't change your vote.
Oh, man. Yep. What do you think? We make the rules up as we go? Yeah.
This is serious stuff here. And it is. It's all tied up.
Yes, on the canine, says Tisha. That dog wouldn't even get in the shot. Come on.
Yeah. She was earlier. She's suddenly shy. Well, we can't have a tie. We may have to go. I don't know.
Ooh, it might come down.
Not voted yet. There's got to be one person out there that hasn't voted.
We got a lot of show to get to, so get those votes in right now. It could come right down to you. Johnny B, did you vote? I don't remember if I saw Johnny B. Oh, yeah, he voted Lou. Okay.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Ken Blythe says, come on, Aunt Sasha. You are much more than his proxy. You are his world. Lost he would be without you. She says, Ken Blythe, he is the reason my hair is turning gray. Welcome to the club, Sasha.
Yeah. Look at all this.
Okay, Johnny, thank you.
I'm growing my beard out a little bit, and it's all gray.
Yeah.
Gray.
I know. Mine went from white growing up to gray, and now that I'm older, so I never had a dark mustache, really.
Yeah.
Pick a number if I have in my head. Okay, maybe that's what we'll do. If there's a tie, between 1 and 10, Matt. Between 1 and 10, okay? Let me think. I wish Roniak were here. Okay, I know what number.
Say number 24.
Okay, I won rock, paper, scissors. So I'm going to pick first. Matt McGrew has a number in his head. He's ready to go. And I'm going to go 7.
Oh, okay. I'm going to go 3.
Okay, Matt, what
Who's
number
closest?
did you choose?
And it's just closest.
Yeah, not the going over thing.
Right.
Rating on Matt right now. What was the number, Matt?
Lou has 7. I have 3.
7 it is.
There you go. That was a close one, though.
It really was. That's the first time it's come down to that.
Yeah, it really is. I also had I See Dead People.
I had Yippee-Ki-Yay, MFer.
Oh, yeah. Buster. Shh. Buster, come here. Here comes the crazy. Come here. Come up here. No, he's not good. He just
That's
got done.
fine.
He just got done running, so he's breathing pretty hard.
Great. That dog and I don't see eye to eye.
You know what? And he's so puppyish, but he does not like new people. He's a lot like you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably why we don't get along. I don't like you. You don't like me.
He's the dog version of Lou.
And the thing is, my wife would testify to this. Kids and dogs love me.
Yeah.
They really do. I don't know what it is. I think, I know that there are dog people and non-dog people. I understand that. But I have this magic with little kids and with dogs. I had Oh Captain, My Captain.
Oh, yeah.
Dead Poet Society. I had Toto. I've got a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore.
I had There's No Place Like Home.
How about May the Force Be With You?
I did not have that on my list, but that was certainly one. But here's one that was on my list that I almost threw out. Here's Johnny.
Oh, that's a good one. And also, yeah, Jack Nicholson. I also had I'll Be Back.
Yes.
So.
Yeah.
Oh, and Teresa says, and cats. Yeah, I got a magic with cats. I don't know what it is. I read an article this week that said men who love cats are really people that you shouldn't date if you're a woman.
They're probably not wrong. Well, I don't know. I think that cat people tend to be seen as a little bit neurotic, maybe, because there's that crazy cat lady thing where they have 24 of them,
Right.
I think if you have a couple cats, it's cool. A month ago, this would have been fine, but now I'm not so sure. My cat's names, I have 2 of them, and I love them both. My cat's names are Whitey and Blackie. Yeah.
And I can tell you right now, I'm not changing. The cats know their names, and people say, well, that's not very creative. No, but that's what they are. One of them is white. Well, actually, the white one's her official name is Slightly Orange. And the black one's name is, Snooky. That's what it is. But I've never called that cat Snooky. It comes to Blackie. So,
I remember your cats used to have golfers' names, didn't they? Didn't you have Freddie Couples?
Yes, we did. There's an interesting story about that cat, Freddie Couples. I'll be really brief. We loved that cat. That cat was a cuddler. Man, he was a great cat. Used to go outside, come back in, go outside. It was both. He was inside and outside cat. And one day he just disappeared.
Oh, boy.
And we were heartbroken. And we looked all around the neighborhood. I don't know if we put flyers up, but we looked all over, walking around. Freddie Couples. Speaking of neurotic. And the cat was gone. 2 months later, it showed up on our back porch. We let it in, and he ate some cat food, sat on my lap for a while, wanted to go out again, and never came back. And then we moved. So,
damn.
I know. 2 months he was gone, and then he just shows up.
we had a cat. I think it was our cat Smokey that used to go in and out occasionally. And at the time, my garage was a mess, and we never left the house through the garage or anything. We barely went out in the garage. And Smokey was gone for like, I don't know, a week or 10 days. And then I went out into the garage and I hear a meow, and it's Smokey. And holy cow, she is skinny and not looking good. She hadn't ate or drank anything in maybe a week or more.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, somehow she just followed somebody out into the garage, came back in. Nobody went out there for a week or whatever it was. Yeah.
Yeah. She didn't even have a way to get water.
No.
Like cats can find ways.
Right.
When they're outside, a pool or whatever, at my puddle,
Not in my garage, they can't.
Wow.
Yep.
Poor cat. Okay. Yep. All right. So let's move into segment number 2, which will be this morning, COVID craziness. It's out of control, Ronnie, what's taking place in the world right now. We're not going to take the issue on head on, but I will tell you that things are getting ridiculous. Absolutely beyond comprehension. For instance, I read this morning that realtors in Houston, Texas are no longer using the term master bedroom.
Yeah, that's insane.
You're starting to pick at my scab.
That's over the top.
Yeah, it's now going to be called the primary bedroom or the primary bathroom. Another story that came down the pike. The Simpsons, the animated TV show that's one of the longest running TV shows on. The Simpsons no longer will be using white actors to voice non-white characters. Okay.
And I saw part of a show. They were talking to the guy that does Cleveland.
Oh yeah,
he's a white dude, and he had such a popular character that it branched out. He had his own show, the Cleveland Show.
I've seen it.
And he's no longer going to be doing Cleveland. So, and what's really sad is some of those guys do like 3 and 4 and 5 different characters, the voices they do.
Yeah. Apu.
So, yeah. Well, and there's one right there. Apu, obviously they're going to have to use East Indian type character to do the voice. And I don't know. Maybe The Simpsons has had a good run and they should just pull the pin.
People, don't be embarrassed to wear a mask in public. When you think about it, there are actually people who wear Dodgers uniforms.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome. There you go. Giants baseball. And finally this morning in our COVID craziness, the John Wayne Airport in Orange County, they're considering changing that name because of the racist background believed to have been had by John Wayne, one of the greatest actors of all time.
Yeah. You know what? History is history. I don't know. I think if you went, we talked a little bit about this last week. Everybody who's a mover and a shaker, who has been significant in American history somehow, probably has something in their past that is not their finest moment. And I mean, for God forbid, look at Mel Gibson.
Whoa, shoot!
Look at John. Look at Hasselhoff, David Hasselhoff. They have their issues. They're human. You know what? I tend to overlook people being human, and they've made mistakes. They weren't mass murderers. They had some slips of the tongue, and whatever.
Indiscretions.
Yeah, indiscretions, as every human has had in their whole life, and every human, the Pope, for God's sakes, is not perfect. So, I don't know. I can't get behind it.
You know that clown from the movie It?
Pennywise.
If Pennywise invited me to go into the forest with him at this point, I think I would just go. I'm that fed up.
He would probably ask you to go down into the sewer with him.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I'm there.
Well,
all
if
right.
you see a red balloon in your neighborhood on a sewer grate, go to it.
This is out of control, people. Honestly, this is nonsense.
Well, and we're not even breaching the whole Bubba Wallace thing anymore. That's
right. Yeah.
That's so crazy.
Did you see the picture of the actual noose?
Yeah.
I will say it did look exactly like a noose. You know, and in my lifetime, when I've had a piece of rope that hangs down to close a garage, and in the house that I grew up on Oxbow Drive, it had one of these. It was just a string with a knot at the end. You know, it wasn't extravagant like a noose. I don't even know how to tie a noose, to be honest with you. I was never a Boy Scout.
I did a lot of reading on this whole thing because right off the bat, I'm thinking hoax or somebody's blowing something way out of proportion were my very first two thoughts. What I read from one of the other drivers that had been in that particular garage number 4, is that there's a cleat on the door frame that particular door, I don't know if it gets more wind or something else, but they like to close it halfway. And so there's a cleat down there where you can pull it down and hook that loop onto the cleat to keep the door half up and half down. So that's just what another driver, actually, he wasn't even a driver, he was a crew member. That's what another crew member said about garage number 4. And that's not the only one there that had a loop in the drawer, the drawer pull, but apparently it's the only one that's done up with like several loops as a noose.
How are you feeling about NASCAR right now, Ronnie? Because I can tell you that there's a doubleheader this weekend. There was a race yesterday.
I watched it
at Pocono, and there's another one yet today.
Yep. You know what? I like NASCAR, and I don't hate Bubba Wallace. I think that his biggest mistake was even after the FBI came out and said, "Hey, that's been there for a year or so." Nobody knew which draw, what draw you would get as far as garage numbers.
Right.
Completely random.
Coincidence.
Bubba, it's complete coincidence, but Bubba doubled down on the noose. He said it's definitely a noose, and it's definitely, was meant to send a message. Come on, Bubba.
Well, combined with the Confederate flag dismissal, NASCAR has really put itself in an awkward situation, one that I'm not sure that they can completely recover from. As far as the doubleheader this weekend, I know I mentioned in the open of the show that I'm a bachelor, but honestly, I can't imagine myself watching racing for 6 hours in one weekend.
We watched it off and on yesterday. We watched pretty much the whole race. We went outside once and ran the dogs, and we went outside and sat in the swing for a little while. But I would say we probably saw 75% of the race. And it was a good race. It was a really good race.
Yeah.
And Kevin Harvick, man, he's killing it.
He's solid.
But you know what? I think and God dang, I love Jeff Gordon, the way he calls a race. That guy is he's so race savvy.
Mm-hmm.
He's the best thing to happen to NASCAR in the last couple of years.
Well, they used to use Darrell Waltrip for that exact position. and he became outdated,
gimmicky. He was,
yeah,
boogity boogity boogity.
right. I got really tired of that, I can tell you. And then, and Danica Patrick was in the race. Let's go racing, boys and girl.
Yeah.
Boogity, boogity, boogie, let's go racing. It was fine. You could have just stuck with that.
I think that he knew racing way back when. He was an unbelievable racer. But Jeff Gordon, he can tell you things about a race car that only a very recent driver can tell you.
Right.
He picked out a thing yesterday. I can't even remember who it was. I remember it was a Mustang, but somebody bumped the Mustang, and he goes, "Oh, that's he caught his left front tire on the exhaust pipe of the number whatever car, and it cut that tire." And no sooner did he say that than the left front fender explodes. Pieces of the tire go through the fender. He's really, really savvy.
I wish someone could tell me why they have to have those exhaust pipes right there behind the what normally would be a door.
He said the same. He said the exact same thing. They stick out too far. It's a hazard.
Why don't they come out the back or almost out the back? Because a lot of cars get smashed into or bumped really good.
I get that they're coming out the side, but they should be contained, within the side skirt there.
Right.
They shouldn't stick out past the side skirt.
They don't need to.
No.
And less cautions means a faster race.
Yep.
And so, and that's what I'm saying. I can't watch a race for 3 hours. I already talked about my attention span. And people say, well, it's just a bunch of cars turning left. Yeah, I know. It's more than that for me.
Yep.
Well, I just watch NASCAR for the wrecks. I don't want to see the wrecks. I want to see a good race, a good, clean race. And you know what? Bumping is racing.
Oh, yeah.
I can tell you that right now.
Yeah.
So that's...
I love the passing. I love to see, and there's a lot of strategy. They were one team yesterday. I think it was the Penske team had 3 drivers out there. All 3 of them were on a different pit schedule and strategy. Thinking that, hey, we're not going to take first, second, third, but let's at least somebody win out of this team if we can. With 3 different strategies, we kind of triple our chances.
All right. Well, NASCAR again will be on today, and I will watch some portion of it, but I can almost guarantee that. Oh, and you know what I wanted to mention? The president had both NASCAR and the NFL in his back pocket. And what I mean was vote-wise. There was a period of time when there was a demographic called NASCAR men. And he had those people because they're mostly conservative, albeit from the South. And he also had the NFL. And when the NFL, what's his name? Goodell, Roger Goodell? Goodell. When he began his pandering, the president came out and spoke against that, and now he has neither. And when I say against it, it's the kneeling for the national anthem.
Right.
The president doesn't believe anyone should be able to kneel, and the NFL caved and said that would be okay, and they support it now, and that's entirely his decision.
Right.
He's the commissioner, and that's not my business. Just like NASCAR, same thing. It's not my business to tell them what to do or say. None of us have that. So it is what it is. We'll see what happens. There's a comment here that says we should know more by November 5th. I know what you're saying.
Right.
Tisha weighs in and says Lou and the dog need a puppy class together. That dog and I can't even be in the same room together, okay?
He's getting better. I think he's calming down a little bit in his old age.
one time when we were shooting a bunch of episodes in Ronnie's studio garage, I had to go to the bathroom. Ronnie knows we'd always have to stop down when I have to go to the bathroom.
Right.
And so he would go in ahead of me and get the dog. Well, this was right after they got the dog, and we didn't know what to expect. Well, as I walked in the door, I went to try to pet the dog. The dog went after me and bit me. Excuse me. In the shorts, right below my crotchal area.
Charlie bit me.
He bit me.
And it really, really hurt.
It did hurt. And I had a hole in my shorts where he bit me. Okay, so that's the story with that dog. Yeah, and we're not doing a puppy class together. Let's see. Sledneck says, what if they have a cat named Nugget? That joke just will not go away. And then the Nugget joke originated on our show. And
that's right.
If you didn't see it, it was called Men Are So Smart After Dark. We had Jason and Sasha on, and we could talk about anything we wanted. Anything.
Somehow we got the nuggets.
Yeah. Oh, that was in Mantasy Draft when we picked porn categories. That's what it was.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
Okay.
I remember.
Freddie Couples, Otis Magoo says Freddie had the sweetest swing in golf. No effort whatsoever, Ronnie. And he would just crush that ball.
You know, there's a guy I watch on YouTube. His name is Rick Shields, and he's a PGA pro. I think probably ex-pro, more like than anything. But he does a lot of YouTube instructional videos. Plus, he does golf products. You know, he compares drivers and things like that. And I could just sit there and watch his swing. So effortless. Every swing is the exact same.
Mm-hmm. As it should be.
God, my swing is so... I'm not quite like Charles Barkley. My swing is so bad.
Well, I love golf, and I played for a long time. I got to a point where I decided I wanted to join a men's club, not a country club. This is a men's club where 30 or so guys play at a different course once a month, and you play for money. That was at the point where I stopped having beer while I was playing because it was pretty serious, and there was a lot of money at stake, not only skins, but to win the entire tournament, and you would play with your handicap. Mine was my swing. But here's how I play golf. I could go out right now and practice every day for 2 weeks, tee it up after 2 weeks, and shoot 90. Or I could just go to the golf course right now and tee it up and shoot 90. So, it just is not going to improve. My handicap is 18, and I play to that every time I play, it seems. So I don't know.
I know I can hit 2 good shots in a row, and then the next shot is like, what the hell happened?
Yeah, and if you're on a par 5.
Like it's insane. And I can hit a laser shot 270 yards, and then the next one is in the next fairway. It's in the fairway next door. It's like, really? Back to back?
I am notorious for being able to hit a drive over 300 yards. But one time, I played golf in Las Vegas, of all places, and it was a very windy day. The winds must have been gusting at about 40 to 50 miles an hour. I teed it up on a par 5 that was about 525 yards. I hit my drive 425 yards because of the wind. My second shot in the par 5 was a pitching wedge from 100 yards. And I hit it over the back of the green.
Oh, jeez.
I did end up parring the hole. I had a pretty nice up and down from there. But, I mean, you drive for show and you putt for dough.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird watching golf right now with no crowds.
I worked a few golf tournaments as security. Mm-hmm. And I worked a junior LPGA, a junior PGA tournament at Del Paso Country Club.
Beautiful. I've never played there.
And on the, I'm pretty sure it's the 9th hole. It's very close to the clubhouse, and it plays north. It plays away from the clubhouse. It's a hole that you have to either lay up. If you can't shoot one over 300 yards, you have to lay up, or you end up, there's a creek, and it's pretty wide.
There's always a creek.
It's probably 20 feet wide. So you either have to play short, or you've got to hit it 300 plus.
Right.
And I'm watching these college kids. They walk up there with their driver. They look at it for 1 second. They stand back, no practice swing, and they kill it. And the sound coming off of their club is like nothing I've heard ever coming off of mine. It goes over the creek. They look at it. They put their club back in their bag, and they walk away.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
I would be like fist pumping and hooting. Nope. Club goes back in the bag, and off they go.
All right. We're going to move to our next segment. But before we do that, I want to get into the live chat. Ken Bly says, I fell asleep watching a race sitting in the stands at the Phoenix racetrack. People around me apparently could not believe one could do that. Yeah.
It's so loud. It's unbelievably loud.
Johnny B says NASCAR lost its way, in my opinion. I agree with you. Let's see. Randy says, I want to know who has the time to come up with these new rules. Is this their primary role in life? Sledneck, I worked the 24 hours of Daytona once, 38-hour workday. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I would be delirious. The Arca Racing has seen good racing. Joe Gibbs' grandson won the other day, 17 years old.
Wow.
You got to watch for those kids in those lesser divisions. Yeah.
I know a couple at the pig feed at your work, up and comer NASCAR drivers. Very nice kids too.
Mm-hmm. Meat Man, who I think is new. Meat, good morning. Thank you for watching. Says Freddie and Big Ernie. Ernie Els also has one of those no effort whatsoever swings, and he just slams that ball.
Yep.
Sledneck says Nugget is unforgettable. It's shown up in a couple of shows. Well, it originated here. Otis says yes, Ernie Els. Lou, next time I'm home, we need to play a round of golf, says Johnny B. You betcha. You betcha. Now, I haven't played in 12 years. And people say, well, we'll take a cart. Yeah, like that's going to help. All right. Yeah. So, Ronnie, we have just a few minutes left, maybe 9 or 10. And you and I have talked several times over the last week or so about the Fenn treasure.
Yep.
And one of the comments that you made yesterday to me in a text was that Sasha and Jason are 100% Fenn free.
Yep.
And here's where I believe we stand. I stand. I won't speak for Ronnie. I have about 4 or 5 people who are contacting me right now about their solve. And all 4 of them are completely different. However, each person believes wholeheartedly that their solve is where the treasure was hidden. And a lot of people are asking me to give their solve. But here's the deal, guys. I don't really see where it's necessary to do this. What does it prove?
Yeah.
Does it give us Fenn content? I suppose. But one solve that is wrong is the same as another solve that is wrong. Ronnie?
I mean, I'm totally, unless something really, really Fenn exciting comes out, I'm done with Fenn. It was there for 10 years. We all jumped on the bandwagon. I think it's time that we move on. Unless Fenn were to come out and say, this is who solved it. This these are the clues that I put out there, and these are the solves for each clue, or the finder comes out and says, this is how I found it, and this is where I found it. Other than that,
I don't see any reason to do any solves.
No.
And Ralph Taylor, we're having second thoughts. I'm really sorry. We'll talk after the show. You can email me. But at this point, the only thing that I can see as being a potential moment in time is there's talk that something's going to happen around Independence Day, July the 4th or the 3rd. And if that is the truth, Ronnie and I had planned to be off next weekend.
Right.
But if something comes out on the 4th, which is on Saturday, there is a chance that we might do a show on Sunday.
Yeah.
But at this point, I would plan on us being off next Sunday. The following Sunday, which would be the 12th, I think, yeah, we'll do a show. And then the following week, which would be the weekend of the 19th, we're going to be off again. My birthday comes up on July 17th, and I've taken a couple days off of work, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and I think I'd rather just, not have anything to worry about whatsoever.
Yeah.
So that is our plan. We're at the 9 o'clock hour on the West Coast. Sledneck says, I'm okay with that. Okay, good. Sledneck, thank you. Let the old man have some peace, says your wife.
I think she's talking about Forrest, not me.
Mm-hmm. No, you'll get no peace, and you'll like it.
Speaking of my beautiful wife, tomorrow is our 35th wedding anniversary.
In a row?
In a row.
Wow.
That's not in dog years. Those are human years.
35.
35 years.
Wow. What's the secret, Ronnie?
You know what? We just kind of complement each other. Her weaknesses are my strengths and vice versa. So.
Well, then we'll all wish you happy anniversary now.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I think we're going to go to McCormick and Schmick for dinner.
Isn't that a steak place?
Yes, it's out there in Galleria. So I'm pretty sure. I hope they're open. It's pretty high priced. It's kind of like Ruth's Chris. It's kind of an upper end place, but we've never been there, and so you know what? We haven't spent any freaking money at restaurants in 3 months, so we're gonna pull the pin and do it.
A lot of happy anniversaries on the chat line. I'll tell you this: if you wish, we'll stay on after we sign off, so that if you want to chat in the chat room afterwards, there's the 9 o'clock bell right there. We'll hang on for a little bit. Ronnie and I usually do some sort of post-production meeting.
You know what? I can't do it today.
Oh, okay.
I broke my Fitbit, and so I have to go pick up another Fitbit, and I want to get there as soon as they open.
Teresa says McCormick's closed.
Oh, man. Well, then maybe we'll go to Ruth's Chris. I don't know. We'll see.
Would you prefer to have a steak, or would you prefer to have prime rib?
You know what? Probably my favorite cut of meat is filet mignon. Prime rib is a little bit. You can get a really good one or one that's not that great. Mm-hmm. If it's too gristly and fatty, I'm not a big fan. But if you go to a really good steak place, you're not typically going to get something like that. But I went to Cattleman's one time and had probably the worst prime rib I've ever had, and it really turned me off to it. So, but I've never had bad filet mignon anywhere, even at Sizzler.
Well, that could be debatable. All right. I had an email earlier today about Father's Day. Did I get my escargot? Yes, I did. Right. Now, that's not to say that I didn't have to drive a ways to get it. I had to drive around 40 miles, maybe 50 miles round trip. I went to a place called Quirky Brothers, which is over on Folsom Boulevard and 59th or something.
Yeah.
and they had it. My wife treated me like a king on Father's Day. Not only did I have the escargot with some Chardonnay, ice cold Chardonnay, but she made me a huge T-bone steak with a huge baked potato, and man, it was delicious.
My daughter was up for Father's Day, which is the greatest present any father could want, to have, both of his kids with him. And so they made the trip from San Francisco. It was a 1 day, it's only a couple hours to San Francisco, but still they drove up. We went to my in-laws. We sat around in their backyard in their pergola and barbecued and ate and talked, and then they left, and it was a great day.
Well, I hope you'll have a great day for your anniversary, and we're going to wrap things up here. A couple things I wanted to mention. If you haven't already done so, please go and enjoy our website, which is very simple. It's menaresosmart.com. There's lots of ways that you can communicate with us there. If you send us a message, at the bottom of the homepage is a survey that you can take. We don't sell you anything. We don't sell your information. It's just a way for you to directly communicate with us, and it comes directly to our phones. So we get those 24/7, 365. Check out our website. We have people looking at the website from all around the world. Hello to our people from Russia. Hello to our people in Turkey, Pakistan, France, Germany, Johnny B in Poland, and so many places in the United States. That's predominantly where it comes from.
Even Rio Linda.
If you haven't already, yes, even Rio Linda. No.
There's people in Rio Linda that have the internet, so those are our listeners.
They all go to one house. It's Randy Brazil's house. And they all watch there. Okay, so also, subscribe to our channel. This week has been tumultuous at best on our channel, analytically wise, and speaking specifically of subscribers. We had 1 like, 1 dislike, 2 likes, 2 dislikes, 3 likes, 1 dislike, 1 like. I'm telling you, my life goes like this. And we're at,
get a grip on that.
We're at 680, actually 679 subscribers this morning when I looked before we went on the air. So if you're watching and you haven't subscribed to our channel, please do that. But don't unsubscribe tomorrow, okay?
You know what?
You're going to do nothing but piss me off.
Joe, if we change the format to sneezing, I think we'd do better. We'd get more subscribers.
All right, let's see if we can get a spike in the analytics right now. Achoo. Whoa. Achoo.
That's a good one.
You?
Chew.
Oh, are you all right?
Chew.
Oh, chew. That sounds like a ricochet.
Chew. That's my sexy sneeze.
Men are so sneezy.
We can keep the same mass. We don't even have to change it.
We don't have to change the T-shirts.
Yeah, we don't have to print new shirt. Well, yeah, we may have to print. We could just white out the smart part.
Right.
Easy.
That's the thing about this show. It's called Men Are So Smart, but really, we prove every week that we aren't. And we know that, okay?
Yeah,
when people send us messages, you guys aren't so smart, we know that. All right? I thought it would be a catchy title on a T-shirt. And speaking of T-shirts, if you don't already have one, you can show support for our show by purchasing one. I can tell you at this point, we could make you a shirt in any color that you would like to have.
Chartreuse?
Even if you want chartreuse, we can do that. If you want a black logo like I have on mine, on a gray shirt, we can do that. If ladies, you'd like a T-shirt, we can put a pink logo on it. We could even do a black shirt with a white logo or a white shirt with a black logo. We can do any of that. Our T-shirts and hoodies come in all sizes: small, medium, large, extra large, 2 extra large, 3 extra large, and they're $19.99 for the T-shirt. Ronnie and I receive very little money from those T-shirts. We're more in it for the exposure. And when you wear that shirt, people are going to ask you, really, are you that smart? And you can tell them, well, I watch Mass every Sunday. The sweatshirts, same thing goes. Virtually any color you could possibly want, we'll try to accommodate that. All the same sizes. And the hoodies are $39.99. You can, in fact, there you go. It says $40. It's on sale this week, $39.99.
Dang.
And
you might as well get two at that price.
I would think so. Maybe it's cold where you live. Or you know what? Maybe you live by the beach and you like to go out on the beach in the evening time when it's a little chillier. These are perfect for that.
I don't think Teresa and Melanie are going to need hoodies this weekend.
No, probably not.
Yeah.
Probably not. Not even in the morning when they're having coffee on the veranda. That's the text message I got.
Oh.
Okay, so I'm stalling right now because I want you to see the PayPal account where you can. Oh, $19.98. Look at that. Each shirt is just $19.98. They're on an even bigger special.
Holy cow!
What the hell is that? Is that what's rattling inside your head, Ronnie?
The dogs are being fed.
Oh, well, God knows.
Release the hounds.
Yeah. Another Simpsons quote. Okay. So here it comes with free shipping in the United States. Anywhere in the U.S. Joshua, that's their power couple name. Jason and Sasha both have one. Joshua. I got to start drinking in the morning. Sasha has a hoodie that's pink. And Jason, here comes the PayPal. Right there it is, okay? PayPal.me/DustErica. When you go there, you can write your name, your mailing address, and you can pick out your color and your logo color and your size. All in one place. One-stop shopping. PayPal.me/DustErica. Let's get some T-shirts going here, folks. We'd love to see that. Show your appreciation for the show and order a T-shirt today, okay? Ronnie, we got to get out of here. We're way late.
Yep.
Okay.
My Fitbit is waiting.
All right, well,
I'm going to bust another. I'm going to wear out another one.
Far be it for me to get in between a man and his Fitbit. That's my moral in life. That's how I live my life. All right. Thank you for watching today. I'll stick around in the chat afterwards for a few minutes if you'd like to continue that. And we're going to say our goodbyes. I'm Lou Gallagher.
I am Corvette Ronnie.
And thank you so much for watching today's Sunday Morning Mass with Men Are So Smart. Bye-bye.